Hello and welcome to Greg's Chan 1. I am Greg and this is Channel 1. Wait. Anyway, as I said in my first video on this channel, I would be doing a review as my first channel, as my first actual episode, video, whatever you want to call it, and it is Baccano. Now, this show here is amazing. In the DVD set, you get 4 discs of 16 episodes. Now, in 16 episodes, it manages to do so much and manages to introduce you to so much amazing material, amazing characters, amazing storylines, amazing connections between characters. That's the important thing about this show. It's all about the connections of the characters. Now, when you look at a show and you see main protagonists, you know, there's normally a main man, a main woman, and a bad guy. Not in this show. In this animated show, Dengeki Bunko does an amazing thing. He introduces you to not just one, not just 2, about 10 different characters. I'll list them off for you. We have Isaac, Miria, Firo, Miser, Keith, Berger, Luck, Claire, Lua, Shanae, Niece, Lad, Jacuzzi, Cheslaw. I think that might be it. Bless me. That's 14 characters who get the main forefront of the story. I've probably missed someone out, and if I have, let me know if you're a fan and if you've seen the show. If not, and you haven't seen the show, I've missed someone out, probably. Don't know if I have, I might have, I might not have, I can't remember. But it is a fantastic show that pulls all these characters together. And in the first episode, you are introduced to a little girl called Carol. And she's with the Vice President of the United States, which is where the story's set. It's set in the United States of America. Now, it's fantastic. The dynamics between these two, even though you only see them in the first episode and the last episode, the dynamics between these two is fantastic. Because she's very much like, she's still a kid, and she's still enjoying herself like a kid. But Mr. Vice President is saying he's almost turned it into a game for her. So as she's trying to find out, you know, who are the main characters of this story from 1930, you know, is it Cheslaw, the little kid? Is it Isaac and Miria, who seem to be everywhere? Is it Firo? Is it Miser? Is it Zillard? That's who I forgot. Zillard and Ennis. Zillard's the main bad guy of the story. And how did I forget him? I do not know. So, you're doing that really with those characters. And she's there going, well, who is the main character? And, you know, she's going through all these different reasons why certain characters are the main character. And the Vice President just has this way of saying, 2 points. 20 points, and makes it into a game for her, so she feels like, you know, she's got to find a better answer to get more points. Don't quite know what his point system is, and I don't know if she's ever able to keep track of how many points she actually has. But we'll probably never come into that again. So, useless information, part 1, starring me and Baccano. Anyway, the characters all integrate very, very well, and you are there just watching as all these different characters come together. Oh yeah, and the Genoards, but no one really cares. Their story's a bit naff. They've all got their own stories going along the way. You have Isaac and Miria, who are the 2 characters I class as the main characters. They are the 2 that get the most screen time, and they are the 2 that have the most interaction with everyone. They are so great because Isaac is clearly the smarter one of the two, but then neither of them are very smart. Go figure. And that is what makes their chemistry so good. You've then got the dynamic of Jacuzzi and Nice. Now, Nice has a real obsession with explosions, and in a backstory episode you see quite near the end of the show, you see Nice is trying to make this new explosive, and while she's doing it, it blows up in her face, literally. And, it leaves her scarred and wounded. And it dents her pride. It dents her love in herself. And Jacuzzi, he's that good a bloke. He then gets a tattoo across his face, so then she never has to feel alone. Jacuzzi, as you will probably know if I ever do top 10s, is one of my favourite characters in anime, period. Because he is just a straight up guy. There isn't really anything negative to say about Jacuzzi. Anyone who can find anything negative, let me know what you think is negative about him. And all these characters work together so well, because you've got Isaac and Miria, who are kind of the main characters. You've then got Zillard, who is the main villain. And it's clear that he is the main villain from the off. Because when you meet him, he's very drab, he's very dark, he's very twisted, he's very, me. Whereas you've got people like Isaac and Miria, Jacuzzi and Nice. Jacuzzi and Nice are a beautiful combination, and they're probably one of the cutest couples, I think, in anime that I've seen so far. And it's great watching how all these characters intertwine and do all this amazing stuff that makes their characters awesome. And that's what you want from an anime. You want characters that are amazing. You want a plot that's amazing. You want smart writing. And the writing is smart. It's very smart. Because it's all written to weave into one and become one storyline. And that's genius. Well done, Dengeki Bunko, and you're producing. Now, I can't say all the positives and leave out negatives, because every show has a negative or two or three or whatever. And for this show, for the amount of many great characters it has, like Firo, like Ennis, like Shanae, like Isaac, like Miria, like Nice, like Jacuzzi, it has some really dull characters. Cheslaw Mayer, Dallas Genoard, Eve Genoard, Berg Gandor. Why? Keith Gandor. Why? Now, luck kind of makes a bit of sense. Not much, but it makes a little bit of sense. And it clicks a little at the end that he's kind of important. Kind of. But I'm not going to spoil it, because otherwise then you guys will say, you spoiled it for me. Now I can't watch it. So, those are the bigger things that got me. Because you had Dallas and Eve's storyline, which was well written, but dull. Nothing happens. Very well written in the way that it manages to do nothing in episodes where you're there going, something should be happening, but it isn't. Where is that snag? But because of everything else good around it in the episodes, you don't think about the storyline as, oh, it's a dull storyline. But on looking back and reviewing it, it's a dull storyline where nothing happens. Eve is there saying, I want to find my brother. And she doesn't find her brother until the very end. It's like, what? You know, and there's no progress either. Now, if there was a bit of progress and then a lead, and then the lead went nowhere, that would have made it interesting. And I would have gone, oh, Dallas and Eve, I want to know about their storyline. I want to know more about them. But it was just dull. And Cheslaw, no. End the story. I don't want to talk about Shez. Ugh. Anyway, thank you for listening to my Baccano review. I'm now going to grade it. I like to grade things out of 5. It's either a 1, which is really bad, kind of wish I hadn't watched it. 2, I watched it, it's kind of worth watching so you can say, I've seen it. 3, neither good or bad. It's okay, it's something you kind of watch once and kind of go, oh, if I'm in the mood, I might watch it again. 4, pretty good. So something that you would happily watch again, and you know, it's got enough there that you would watch it again and again, maybe. Where there's so much going right. And then 5 is almost damn perfect, if not damn perfect. And unfortunately, because of the some of the dull characters Baccano has, Lua's another one. Lua is another dull character who doesn't have any relevance to anything apart from being a device for Lad to bring out more of his aggressive side. Other than that, she has no real purpose. And unfortunately, that's kind of what it's kind of, you need those characters that to make the other characters who are awesome even more awesome. So unfortunately, I have to score Baccano a 4 out of 5. You will notice I probably won't score much as a 5 out of 5. But there will be 1 or 2, probably. We'll have to keep an eye out. Now that I've done Baccano, the next review I will be doing is on a very, very popular anime, Death Note. Thank you for watching. If you liked my opinion, or if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you're interested and you want to know more about, you know, when my videos are coming up and stuff like that, click the subscribe button. It's either here or it's here or there or somewhere. Leave a comment in the description. You know, if there's an anime that you think is amazing, that you think I need to watch, in case I haven't watched it, throw it down there. And if I've watched it, I will try and get a review up for you as quick as I can, so I can say this was requested by XYZ number 339. If that is your username, someone, I'm very impressed that I knew that somehow. I will obviously give a shout out to you guys, because obviously you're the one that requested it. I will do the review and give you my opinion, and if it's something I haven't seen, I will do episode by episode review on what I thought. Anyway, one last thing to say to you guys before we say goodbye is cheers.